60 foot. Good looking run for Scott. 121 at the 8, takes it through to the top, but at 998, 121.
Welcome back again. So, what fun I have been having. If anyone has been following on Facebook, I've been ready to burn it. It's been a bit of a challenge, should we say. Current status of the vehicle is it's on all fours. It is, what is it, 23rd of May. We have a naughty mechatronics there, and hopefully a good mechatronics in the car. So if you watched the last video, I went to Santa Pod and it basically got back to the pits and the car locked up. It would sort of jolt into gear a little bit all over the place, and it was only when it cooled down it actually let me drive the car back onto the trailer. So stripped it all down, found that the clutch packs were gone, really were burnt out, etc, etc. More so because of the torque table. I don't think that I'd got that right. Still learning, still testing, and ultimately, yeah, it's been a big learning curve. What I want to say is big shout out to Jacek at Topol and to Mr. David Lamip for looking after me with the clutch packs that I run in the car. So again, the clutches are Topol Dual Clutch King from over in Poland, and he's really looked after me with his support on the clutches and measuring and all that sort of stuff. So all that's back in the car now, and that's where the fun started. So what happened was I decided to strip the gearbox down, as you're aware if you watched the last video. If you haven't, go and watch it. Fit the new clutch packs. I also wanted to change the mechatronics because of the issue that I've previously been having, where on a full strip run, a pass, whatever we're calling it these days, I would not get ignition cut. I think 3 people have looked at the map and can't find out why it's not doing it. The TCU is just not requesting a torque reduction. Now obviously, has that added to what I've suffered with so far? Has that caused the clutches to wear more? Potentially, yes, because obviously it's not been having any torque reduction. It's having a full bore shift change and Bosch straight in, no messing about. So I wanted to change the mechatronics to try a different one, and I wanted to obviously get a new map for that mechatronics. So put it all back together. So again, we've got gearbox put back together by me, never stripped one before, I'm hoping. I've got new clutch packs. I've got a new mechatronics that's unknown from a scrap gearbox that I bought for 50 quid. So I've got no history with it whatsoever. And then my gearbox tuner, Garage de Pistolas over in Portugal, has sent me a new map. So I've got 3 real changes on the car, i.e. the clutch packs, mechatronics and the map, and then a gearbox put back together by yours truly, the numpty here. So I was hoping that it was all going to be okay. So started the car up, it went into drive, seemed okay, and then all of a sudden when I was coming back down the gears and getting back towards the neutral point, it would just jump into a park or a neutral. Spoke to Pistolas and we had a new map made up because it wasn't logging any fault codes, and again did it exactly the same, kept jumping out of gear into neutral. So what I thought is, while Pistolas was going to have another look at the file, was I know that the old mechatronic and map was fine. I've done 6 or 7 sorry, my arm's aching, 6 or 7 9-second passes on this mechatronic, so, and I know the map's okay. So if I was to fit that mechatronics back in, then obviously I've at least dwindled down my diagnosis problem process, in the hope that 2 issues would have been sorted, because I know they were okay before. I've then started it up, gone through the gears, fine, hasn't jumped out of gear, nothing. So I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that, touch wood, where's some wood? I need some wood, there. I'm hoping that the clutch that I've done, and obviously you have to shim it, is okay to measurement, and that obviously I've had the gearbox apart, that's all okay. So I took a video in now of where it's currently at. One thing I did forget to say was the mechatronics, obviously I've got in it now, based on the logs from when I was just running it through the gears on the axle stands, it's not giving me ignition cut. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flash the new map file that I've been given by Pistolas, and I'm going to flash that onto the old mechatronics, and hopefully that will give me some ignition cut. I have done the log when the new mechatronics was in, and it did ignition cut on gear change just on the axle stands, so that map should be okay. I don't know the full ins and outs of it because Pistolas has only recently done it and we haven't tested it, and that should flash onto my mechatronics because it's a same era as a CXX mechatronics, and I think mine is the one that's in there is an AE, and the one that we've got the file for is an AD, so they are a similar sort of generation. So I'm hoping that will just accept it and we'll go for it. So yeah, so what I'll do is get to pod, run it round, check, see if it's okay, go through the gears, and check to see if it's giving me ignition cut on gear change, and then ultimately go from there. At pod, it is a Vauxhall shootout, I believe. It's treads against slicks, but from what I'm hearing of Mr. Twin Engine Corsa, that I don't think there's enough tread, so it'll be just a pretty much shootout. Should be interesting. There's going to be some big hitters there: Darren Dewhurst, Mark Dainty, Spencer Cooper, Tom King, Crank, Foggy's supposed to be coming, amongst a load of others, Liam Brady, Meadowcroft, and then there's a load of other fast Vauxhalls, should we say. So throw me in the mix somewhere along the line, and we'll have a bit of fun. But ultimately, I'm just going for some testing. So yeah, I'm going for testing. That's my excuse anyway, because I've entered the front wheel drive drag series, which is at the Sportsman Nationals, which is the 13th and 14th of June at Pod. So if I can get 3 or 4 runs in, get some good data this weekend, then take that into that event, that'll be happy days for me. So that's probably 6, 7, 8 minutes of me just waffling on. So that's where we're at, that's where we're up to, and I will take you guys along the journey back to Santa Pod for the Vauxhall show. Fingers crossed, please pray for me that we have a good weekend, and yeah, we'll see what happens. Watch this space.